hmm I'm just kind of going through the nines this morning. Yeah. And I was looking through some laws. They're actually definitions of crimes. Seems like it's not really that important, but I think that when we define a crime, yeah, there's an obligation to punish crime. Now, yesterday I spent quite a bit of time looking at this idea of having court hearings where you don't protect the rights of people. Yeah. And then I got to thinking this morning about the various food products that have been fed, yes, to those that are citizens. Um, it's really something, all right? See, sometimes you'll eat a product and you think, "Oh, this is good. Yeah, tastes good." Then you'll find yourself elfing, and then you wonder why you're stealing firearms. You should be confident that whatever you're eating, yes, is the actual product that you think that it should be. Now, it seemed that some of those in the family like to put different types of products in the food supply. Yeah. Then they wonder why people are having problems with their guns, as if being an elf, you might find it funny blowing somebody's head off. See, sea serpents, in Clallam County in 1906, there was a spotting, yes, of Edis hook. Yes. A large sea serpent that somebody had made a picture of, that I told you was my sea serpent. Now you wanted to say I was crazy. Yeah. But the problem was my grandmother grew up in Clallam County and she graduated from Roosevelt High School. 1936. She was in the yearbook. Oh. And it could have been that Elmer and Verna, yes, out there on O'Brien Road, right, back in the 1920s had found out about Edis. Now, let's say you're a police chief and somebody got a hold of some ancient DNA, thinking that you just time shift through life. Yep. This is all documented. I'm not making it up. It's real. Yeah. My grandmother had a little dog. Yes. hmm Named Mitzi. And she used to tell Mitzi, "Eat this. Eat this. Eat this." Now, it could have been back then they found out about keeping fish in a dog. Yeah. hmm And I thought, that having grown up with Clara Holtz Budnick, yes, that there might have been some influence, because of her growing up in Clallam County. Yeah. Now there's what's known as eat this, yeah, and then there's eat them. Now she grew up on the east side, but then there's the west side, and then there's eat this. As if one was a male sea serpent and the other was a female. Now, I'm sure that the county realizes that there is a considerable amount of liability, yes, for putting any food product in the food supply so as to cause, yes, some sort of interfering, yes, in the normal development of any child. Now, there's what's known as, let's see here, interference with the court. Yeah. hmm Whoever interfering with, obstructing, or impeding the administration of justice. Yes. 9.27.015. Hmm. Pickets or parades in or near a building housing a court of the state of Washington or any political subdivision thereof. Or in or near a building or residence. Occupied or used by such judge, juror, witness, or court officer, or uses any sound, truck, or similar device to resorts to other demonstration in or near such building or residence shall be guilty of gross misdemeanor. Now, nothing in this section shall interfere with or prevent the exercise by any court of the state of Washington or any political subdivision thereof of its power to punish for contempt. Yes. Now, this is this is somewhat interesting because interfering with obstruction of any court in or near a building or residence occupied or used by such judge, juror, witness, or court officer. Yeah. Now, it would be a far stretch for me to say that I was a witness at my own trials. Yes. But I think when you name a respondent during a dissolution of marriage or protection orders, right, and the interfering with my right to get court notices, see, there's this thought that when the county does know that an individual is not residing at 1023 Kitchen Dick Road, and you keep sending court notices there because Mike Van Proyen kept paying you. There was the interfering of my right as a witness to appear at my own court hearings. Oh. Now, this really talks about picketing, impeding the administration of justice, parading in front of. Yes, yes, yes. But I have been a witness, at least named as a witness, in multiple jury trials. Now, interfere with or prevent the exercise by any court of the state of Washington. Now, I just wanted to know, did somebody think it was funny sending court notices to 1023 Kitchen Dick Road when I was homeless? Yes, without a mailing address. Now, I kind of think that your sense of humor, yes. Let's say improperly obtaining financial information. No person may obtain or attempt to obtain or cause to be disclosed or attempt to cause to be disclosed to any person financial information from a financial information repository, financial services provider, merchant, corporation, trust, partnership, or unincorporated association. By knowing making a false fictitious or fraudulent statement or representation to an officer, employer, or agent of a financial information repository with the intent to deceive. So, deception. Knowingly making a false, fictitious, or fraudulent statement. Yeah. False, fictitious, fraudulent statement. Now, just looking at my credit report, poop. Why don't we pull the credit reports of every police officer in Clallam County? Yeah. And the sheriff's department, yes, and the judges, right, and the employees of the government. I just want to know, did somebody make a false, fictitious, or fraudulent statement right now to any individual that represented themselves as being a financial institution? Yes. Now, for all the elves out there that have been eating DNA, yeah, it could have been your twin went into the bank. I know we're playing. I don't know. Yeah. You don't know about the look-alike police of chief. Oh, chief of police. Oh, you don't know about the look-alike sheriff. Oh, the look-alike judge right now. You know, there is the thought that each and every individual has their own identity. Poop. And if you have a twin or triplet, yes, you have an obligation to identify themselves as a different individual than yourself. Yeah. Now we have identity theft. Oh. No person may knowingly obtain, possess, use, or transfer a means of identification or financial information to another person, living or dead, with the intent to commit or aid or abet any crime. Now let's see. So, did somebody change my height from my driver's license? My weight? Oh, seemed like I already went through this, but there's intent to commit Aid or abet, any crime. See, there was the intention to have me arrested for crimes that I was not involved in Sequim, Washington. Yes. There was the intention to have me arrested for crimes I wasn't involved with in Jefferson County. Yeah. But now there's the aiding and abetting the crime of the false accusation. Now, Mike Van Proyen, he's going to be guilty of a Class C felony punishable according to Chapter 9A.20. See, when the pastor, 1, 2, 3,